Alright, coming in from the backside of the range. To practice area. Well, alright. There they are. -1, of course, Tiger Woods. Unfortunately injured. And everybody moves up one for the week. Heartbroken. Can't you just tell? All the folks on the tee. But boy, long term, he has been a godsend to the game. Every check that's cashed this week is a good deal larger than it would have been without Eldrick. Of course, Tiger would have been off the... This is 11:45 now. He would have been off the grounds already. Or at least off the course. Typically, he tees off when dawn breaks. In the Pro-Ams, you know, when you're the leading money winner and best player in the world, you get your pick of the times. He goes first every Wednesday. So if you're not out, so he would have been through by now. Maybe come back later to do range work. Maybe just go back and put the feet up and relax. We have another view here of the practice range from behind in the grandstands. Surveying the field. Corey Haven. Yep. That's Corey. Boom. Or should I say with no disrespect? He may not be able to hit it very far, relatively speaking, but he can sure put it in the hole. And I think given the choice, I'd take that. Short game area over here in the far corner. These guys typically will spend twice as long out there and on the putting green as they do over here on the tee. Doing a little documentary here. All the usual suspects here in terms of golf balls, huh? What would you like? Like Bridgestone? If so, you want the 330? You want the 330S? And the Callaway Tour 1. Tour 1X. Nike Platinum. Strixon ZUR. Strixon ZURC. Titleist Pro V1. And over there and behind the other trash, and no doubt the X's. Ah, and the Taylor. There we go. They get what they want, don't they? No, they're not spoiled, right?
The whole world is watching you.
Just average, right? And the name placards going up. How you doing?
Good, you?
Okay. Isn't that magic? Hey! Yeah. Hi there. You guys get it done today?
How you doing, sir?
Great, fine, thank you. Justin Rose. No rules seminar. Just we all have to wear our sorted IDs, don't we? Hey, Lee Westwood. Yeah. Brian Gay.
Just filming.
Yeah,
Doing a
documentary.
self-documentary.
Right, there you go. Who we got? Ta-da! Jeffrey
Yeah.
Slinsky.
Yeah.
Huh?
Club Pro in Michigan.
Oh, cool. You guys are doing a great job.
Thanks.
Is that Darren Clark down there?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought I recognized him. First time I've seen him since the Barclays last year. Ooh. Oh, Mr. Elkington down there. And down here, who we have? Ah, yes, our 2B Ryder Cup captain, Mr. Azinger. How about that for a 10-2D, folks? 10-2D grip. Very strong turned left hand. Well, our man in orange has blocked the view, and the bucket man. So sorry, missed the grip that time. Ooh, JB. Boom. That's boom. That's boom boom. JB Holmes. Man can flat rip it. One of the longest on tour. Down here, Bucko. Hero of the Open. Lose.
I don't know, I gotta do.
Got that right forearm I'm playing.
I gotta talk to Rich Lerner.
You want to talk to me?
Let's go get a
I
shuttle.
have to go up to the right. No, it's not that I don't want to talk to you.
Oh, Mark, gosh, I didn't recognize you.
I didn't recognize you.
I'm sorry. It's been a long, long time. I'm doing
I'll talk to you later.
Jimmy Ballard, famous golf instructor.
You still playing some?
A little bit. I just turned 48 back in May. Working on a little bit again.
Guys, well, I gotta go this way.
Haven't played in a while.
This
Well, good luck
was Eddie
to you.
Mearns.
I gotta get out of here. I gotta run through.
Jimmy, thanks, buddy.
Hey, good. I'll see you on. I guess I'll see you.
Yeah, I'll be out there.
Good.
Hello. Hey, have him text message me or something.
Good luck.
Text me when you're done. You can eat, right?
Hey, Steve. Go and do something.
Excellent.
Your game's pretty good.
Definitely filling out here.
I played less, but I really am looking forward to playing the bunch. I mean, I played practice round. I think it's the hardest sports I've ever played. Green complexes are
Interview with the interview.
rough is so severe. That's the fairway this week. I think 75% of the time you're going to chip out. So, you know, I haven't played much, but you know, looking forward to it. I'm working here as a former champion with an attitude that I can compete. So, we'll see what happens.
I know you're a lot of your times been preoccupied with Ryder Cup. Certainly 8 players are going to be set up for this week. About a month from now. Everything going as scheduled.
Almost win the U.S. Open.
Well, yeah, it's I can see where it's going to get.
Ta-da! I love these men's covers, newfangled. So, well, I am privileged to be here with Mr. Eddie Merrins, the little pro. Eddie, good to see you here on the practice tee of the 2008 PGA Championship.
Good to see you, Lynn.
And we were just discussing this interesting little mechanic that tends to go on in all the great players amid all the diversity. They all seem to swing, what, Eddie?
Through the ball, I term it. And this goes back some 40 years when most of the players, the great players, swung to the ball, but not necessarily through the ball. And most of the teaching accented hands and club head. In my instruction book, which was published in 1973, Swing the Handle, Not the Club Head, the accent is on the handle end of the club. You sync with the forearms, so that the forearms and the club handle assume the active role, and hands and club head assume a passive role. So it was a monumental change in thinking that caused most players to begin swinging through the ball as opposed to the ball.
Yeah, that accent on swing the club head, all of a sudden we get that thing on the end of that shaft. We know what to do with that, don't we?
If you actually attempt to swing the club head will swing you.
There you
Club
go.
head will swing you all over the place. It feels free and easy and comfortable to do because you're really not swinging. You're enjoying the ride. The club head is swinging you. But my contention is that you don't do that at all, but rather you swing the other end of the club, the handle end of the club. Now all of a sudden your total body gets in the act. Every muscle in your body gets in the act in the right sequence.
Right, you're not flipping that
But
club
it
head by the hands.
emanates with the forearms.
Right. And that's now from the top. You're swinging your hands and forearms from the top. You actually you get away from the hands, don't you? You
Aware of my instruction at all, you'll never hear me refer to the top of the swing. Because top to bottom is actually one dimension. It's up to down. So if the reference is to the top, then you swing down to the ball. You've swung up and down. But you left out two other dimensions. You don't have the extension, nor do you have the turn. And a good golf swing is just that. It's 3D, three-dimensional. Levers up and down, extends back and forth, turns to both sides. What you need is a concept that includes all of that. And you've got it if you think of swinging the handle from one side to the other.
Wonderful.
Each side having an end rather than a top.
Cool. So it was definitely a radical concept, and the book is still in print, huh?
Very much so.
Go to Amazon.com, folks. Thank you, Eddie. I appreciate it. This has been a wonderful experience for me. And
Thank you, Lynn.
okay,
Good luck.
bye now. Well, it was a very interesting hour and a half or so on the practice tee. Unfortunately, I had to turn off the camera there. It's their private place, it's their office, and gotta respect that. A lot of times what's said is not exactly something they want another to hear. And you don't want to restrict any of that kind of conversation anyway. Who's playing like what, or who did this and who did that in this tournament or that. One little tidbit, Mr. Elkington with Mr. Azinger suggested a number one best team in the 4-ball, a guaranteed point, if you will. By the way, we're now looking at the short game area. Would be Kenny Perry and Anthony Kim. And why? Because you got two generations there, neither one knows the other, and neither one will want to hit a bad shot in front of the other. Whereas sometimes when they're good friends, okay, you've seen bad shots, so forth, hey, you shake it off, not to worry, da-da-da-da-da. And perhaps the teams get a bit casual. Guaranteed points, said Mr. Elkington, Mr. Perry, Mr. Kim. We'll see if Mr. Azinger takes that into account when he does his pairings. For now, we have our hero, Stuart Appleby. And why didn't, by the way, said Mr. Elkin, why didn't, he was asked, why didn't Greg play? Greg Norman. Says basically the schedule's mapped out 5 years in advance. And this particular event would have conflicted a little bit longer term with the trip to Dubai. And trips to Dubai you don't want to conflict with. Because if you go to Dubai, you can buy most anything you want. They pay well. All right. And here, Brian did.
Here's my credential. See ya.
Brian,
Somebody else did. Just messing with you.
got a stiff neck last night. Dead straight. And he's kind of working with a disability. So a little bit later getting out to the tee today because of that neck. Working on his right hip. Tends to stick just a little bit.
What's he saying?
It definitely cleared that time.
Come on, you're the interpreter.
Give us some front views of Brian, but I've got this guy over here on the right. Some guy named KJ. Okay, working on a little inside out plane line here. We've rotated the plane line slightly closed to produce the draw T-ball they want. There you go, Brian. Yeah, good night, Irene.
What's that haul at?
Mm-hmm. So a slightly closed plane line.
Straight downwind now, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Well,
Bet you if you hung him with a new rope.
Just saying, the wind was like right. What does that show you? Obviously, I'm creating less spin as I'm doing this.
Yeah.
So if I wasn't gonna hook every shot, I need a driver with less spin. Even though they're telling me I don't. What do you think?
just that little bit.
Went back to normal on that.
Hmm?
You see, it went back to normal on
Yeah,
that.
I could tell.
You know, I pull my right foot back an inch.
All right. What's up, fat ass?
That's why I look. That definitely is me.
Heck no. Oh, that's sharp right there, man. You're a good model, boy.
get my hair cut today too.
You are? I wouldn't do it.
Just trim up some game.
Really?
Well, like you. Shaggy, but yet.
Not everybody can be like me, but.
Okay, get a couple of face-ons here. Got the 8-iron there, I believe.
Turban. We just put one of those Nature's Valley.
And over here we have Andy Plummer and Mike Bennett with J.J. Henry doing a little stack and tilt. I talked with Andy earlier in the day. Inquired as to Mike's health. He's recently had a stroke. But obviously in full recovery now. Two good guys. Andy posts his plum dog on our site. At least he did up until the activities of the last 6 to 12 months. Things get busy. Down the line we have Romero. Eduardo. Boom. Ryan Moore. Another very effective but somewhat unorthodox swing. Gorgeous shot there.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Andy. Mr. Ellis, sir. Wonder if we'll see Butch here in a few minutes. We've spent a little time with he and Adam Scott earlier on the tee. I don't see him out here now, but where Ernie is, Butch is sure to follow. I'm not necessarily sure, but gorgeous shot there. Got Kip teaching now. Looks like I'll be carrying the bag. Good luck. Good for 9 holes. That's definitely for men's. Frank Nobilo down here.
No, I used to think it was a trend when I was there. I was telling these guys, there's a trend in the fairway, they're driving straight under it. Found out the tree down the left-hand side. It felt like it was more in the fairway.
And so it goes. The PGA Championships 2008. Practice round. Tuesday, August 5th.